What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Kvoth. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Punkstar. The map is Blue Lagoon, as these guys are playing a quick, cheeky little 3-game series for us here live. And in stereo. Well, technically in stereo, but anyways, we'll see how it's going to go. Hades versus Ra. We've seen a little bit of this matchup. This is one of probably the more popular matchups on the ladder for like players playing non-mirrors, right? If Ra is a really popular god, Hades is a really popular god at the moment. Reason being is they're both really defensive gods, and defense is something that is a little bit easier to do than aggression in Age of Mythology of the Titans. Doesn't mean that it's always better, just means it's a little bit easier. So this is a very, very popular matchup here. So we'll see what's going to happen here. We'll see if Punkstar can come up with anything new in this one. We do see that Kvoth has got the forward gold mine here, so it can get pressured. And I'm interested, whenever I get these sorts of maps as Ra, I always start thinking, oh, this is going to be a nuisance. What am I supposed to do? And I'm interested to see if Kvoth has that similar thought process or not. Right? Like, a little bit of cheeky priest empowerment shenanigans here. Up, gets it. So what I would do here, seeing this gold, is I'd start thinking, ooh, I got to do a classical fight. I got to do one town center play. I got to do something weird here because I'm going to get punished on this gold mine. The question is, will Punkstar spot it, and will he react to it? And then also, will Kvoth even bother to do anything because of it or not? That's also the other thing. Often when I see like Chemo doing this sort of stuff, he just goes, I don't care that I've got a 4 gold mine. I'm just going to do what I want to do anyways, and I'll deal with the problems as they arise, which might not be the most correct way to play, but he makes it work. Not that I can make it work, but we'll see if Punkstar is going to find some pressure here on what he's going to try and do. One thing I wouldn't have minded to see here is like a forward temple into an Ares rush on this spot, as we are now seeing the houses coming up. I Am Joe, the British Egyptian player, did popularize doing this, getting those houses around, rather than housing around his towers. He houses around to try and create some problems here, or not some problems, remove some problems for himself. But we'll see what's going to happen as the tar is coming through. It's a little bit faster than for like 5 minutes, but still, oh no, it's a pretty quick advance time actually. 4:16 it looks like. Is it? Roughly 4:16. That's the relic coming in. What was that relic there? The nose of the Sphinx. Very, very good relic there. Walls coming up over here as well. He might go for this town center, though he does have a town center on the other side. Meanwhile, Punkstar over here, it looks like he's going through Athena. Well, it's not. It's about a 4:30. A little bit after a 4:30. Doesn't have the Ajax out. He does have the Ajax out, and he is getting himself the Kopech of Horror. So that's going to be a bit of a help. Getting him the bonus hero damage versus myth units there. Why is defending easier than attacking in Age of Mythology? Basically, because of defender's advantage, things like towers, things like town centers, things like your buildings being on that side, you're getting reinforcements faster because of that, and walls mostly. It's probably the biggest thing is the walls. That's what makes defending easier. You have a wall up that your opponent wants to come and attack you there. You come and knock at those walls. They know you're there. They go over there and they defend whatever you want to sort of attack. When you're going for any sort of aggression, you have to do it perfectly, macro-wise, to hit a timing where your opponent can't defend that. And if you mess up that macro, then your opponent, it doesn't matter. They're just defending. They've got more resources than you because they're just playing on the back foot. Doesn't matter. They didn't spend them all because they're going to get them out at some point anyways. And they're not aiming for any sort of specific timing to hit. Well, that's kind of the reason. There's also the auto queue thing that plays a little bit into it. If you're playing without auto queue, playing aggressive means you're forcing your opponent to react to you, which means there is an opportunity for things to go wrong, so to speak. As the town centers are up for Kvoth, he gets the elephant on this one as well, which is really, really big help. Does that make some sense? Basically, I think a big reason why defending is easier on Age of Mythology is just because of auto queue. I think that's a big reason. Though auto queue does obviously help the aggressive player as well, but yeah, all the other reasons are why it's kind of challenging. As Punkstar moving out onto this side of the map, he's getting himself the town center. Did he go for any buildings here? No, it's a fairly standard fast-ticking town center from Punkstar. And here's the thing: if Ra ever gets this this great of a town center with an elephant on it, with 600, 750 food, 1,000 food on the town center, that means a really fast thrower gauge and a lot of pain coming for the Hades player. But look at this here from the Chiron, causing some problems over here. Kvoth did not plan for this little nook here, as he almost loses his Pharaoh, but he will be able to heal that one back up wherever the priest is over here. He can heal that one up, or he can build another priest as he does decide to do so. And after all is said and done, this Chiron really not getting as much value as I would have expected on this spot. As the priest and Pharaoh are going to come over and be able to push the Chiron back. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of idle time onto these villages, but in the end, it doesn't really matter that much as we see walls coming up over here. Nice little usage of the buildings plus walls here to wall this little gap off. More walls going to come up all over the map as the villagers are starting to push forward. This is a very, very popular way of playing Hades at the moment against the Ra, but you do have to get all of your walls up, otherwise life's going to be challenging here. As Kvoth, he's on the berries. Does he have himself husbandry? Yes, he does. Armory coming up. I imagine we're going to see that Shadoof coming through as well. A little bit late on that monument to the villagers and soldiers, so he's not got the Shadoof in, I don't think, here. No Shadoof. So no farming here for Mr. Magnum Opus. Also, he's about to be housed. Does he have a house coming up anywhere? No. Things are getting pretty awkward here. You see more villagers coming down for Punkstar on the side of the map as the walls coming up all over the place. Town center coming up over here as well for Punkstar. As the Minotaur turns around, going to start getting these villagers taken out as it does get cleaned up there. Mining camp now up here for Kvoth, and he is indeed housed as the houses do start up. Oh, is he going to get that out in time? Nope. Armory coming up to try and path block over here. Does manage to do so as the town center gets a little bit of damage. I like that play. As the units of Punkstar going to try and sneak around. He does have the Ajax and the Katoskopos here to cause some harassment on that position as more of those units coming through. No, Hathor now clicked up for Kvoth here. What is this granary from Punkstar? Okay, but walls still coming up all over the map. Do have a couple of pigs there for Punkstar to pull back into his main base as well. But third town center here, kind of standard. He's also got an elephant here he can eat. And the question really going to come down to, for Punkstar, can he macro this now? Shadoof is coming through. No rain has come in for Kvoth. He hasn't really committed to his strategies just yet. He could go straight to the Mythic Age behind this. He's kind of got a relatively safe gold mine behind him. He's also got a gold mine here that he can double drop Migdols onto, but a little bit short on the favor to make that happen straight away. As a villager coming up over here, just going to check out what's going on. We'll spot a villager there. I imagine he's going for a market, early market in the corner, but doesn't want to give that away just yet as the farms all starting to come up. As I imagine Plow is in. No Plow just yet from Kvoth. He's forgetting quite a bit here. Punkstar is playing this game fairly solidly thus far. Vaults of Erebus is also coming in. That's the tech that gives a little bit of a gold trickle. It's basically worth about a villager. Wait, is it? Hang on, let me see if I can find where it is. Vaults of Erebus. It's worth 53 gold a minute. So yeah, it's about worth a villager on gold a minute. Villagers gather at something like 0.8? 0.9 gold a minute. So yeah, it's about right. As the Migdol coming up for Kvoth here, and he's going to grab this gold mine and see how things are going to go. There's lots more walls coming up, and we do have... Ouch. We do have a locust that picks off all those villagers on that spot. That being said, they were very much out of position. They were probably all going to die anyways. I'm not sure what Punkstar was thinking putting them there. But now Punkstar has dropped down to 60 villager population. He does have some farms up, so if there is going to be a rain coming through any time here for Kvoth, Punkstar will get onto that one. He's slowly starting to get some more military units out. A little bit housed at the moment. Lots and lots of food in the bank, though. This is something that I do as well, personally. It's a big mistake here with the Greek 3-town center boom. It's over-committing 2 villagers on food. You only need 12 villagers on food to support to support your town centers, excuse me. After that, everything else is excess. So you probably only need to go up to like 16-ish villagers on food if you're just building Hippocon. But oftentimes you go up to 25, 30 villagers on food or something, and you just end up not being able to support everything. As Plow also a little bit late here for Punkstar. He's trying to get onto this rain as best as he can. Armory also coming down there. As it does look like now Punkstar's got a few more villagers on gold, so he will be able to get that gold income coming through. The Rock pushing through over on, or flying through over onto this side to find some more villagers to kill off. Where's the Chiron at is the big question. I don't see him anywhere. As Kvoth now going to get himself this town center. Did he have irrigation? I love that. I love rain with irrigation here from Kvoth. So much food in the bank. He's also got the villager in the corner here to drop that market and start a very, very efficient trade route moving forward here. As the Hippocon going to come over and try and take out those chariot archers. And Kvoth searching for something to take out. Thank you for the 8 months, Sat Fat. Appreciate the support, my friend. As the village is getting sniped down over on this side. Aphrodite on the way now for Punkstar. As those cavalry are getting cleaned up as well. As the village is starting to move forward as well. We'll see how things are going to go. Houses coming up there for Punkstar to boot. As those cavalry searching over on this spot. Punkstar got a couple of villages here, but the Hippocon are in pursuit here. So he's not going to lose all too much. But Aphrodite on the way does mean he's going to have access to those prodromas. You don't really want to go too overboard on the prodromas. Just a handful of them to take out those units here. So the rest of these units of Punkstar getting caught out of position here. And it does look like Kvoth is going to be able to win that fight fairly easily here. Restoration needing to get dropped down. Is Chiron going to get hit with that restoration as well? Back up to full HP there as he does stop command that one as well. 254 HP on that as the quarry does come through for Kvoth. He's a little bit slow on that mythic age. Maybe too many villagers on wood here. Often this can be something that that I guess Egyptian players get wrong, is how many villagers they need on gold. Sorry, on wood. I guess that on gold is actually the thing. You need less on wood and more on gold, depending on what you're building here. But Kvoth kind of just sells some wood there to even out and get himself to the mythic age. It's not the biggest of deals. Wood does gather a little bit faster than gold does. So the Migdol stronghold coming up here for Kvoth on this spot. Taking out some of those Hippocon as well as the cavalry coming through to target down those Toxotes there. Curse getting dropped down here as well as the Nemean Lion going to come through. Migdol stronghold goes down as well. Is the army going to pull away from this position? Fortified town centers on the way now for Kvoth to boot. We see heavy cavalry coming through for Punkstar Carpenters as well. Migdol stronghold on the way there for Kvoth, and we'll see how things will end up going here. As I guess Punkstar's got himself a little bit of an advantage right now with that curse, but taking this fight with, especially with the Pharaoh empowering the Migdol stronghold, it's just never going to work. Do we see a market up somewhere here for Punkstar? Yes, we do. So Hephaestus is on the way, a little bit behind the Osiris. So there is this timing, and it's quite sizable here for Kvoth, hitting a 15-minute mythic age here compared to the kind of more like 16-minute-ish mythic age from Punkstar. And that timing isn't just Punkstar hitting the Mythic Age. It's Punkstar hitting the Mythic Age, Punkstar getting Forge of Olympus, which takes a minute, and then also getting those upgrades in. So it's kind of like Punkstar is behind by about somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes in this game, especially as Kvoth is going to start getting himself those armory upgrades in as well. I'd love to see Kvoth actually dropping 2 armories as well to start building them. It's very quick for Ra to get himself up to full bronze. It's a little bit slower to get those iron upgrades here as the village is getting pushed off of this gold mine. The unit's pushing through here. And Punkstar is just trying to play defensive at this point here, as well as the army just sliding in here. The thing that I think Kvoth is missing at this point, though, is literally just upgrades on this army. It's actually a really weak army. No heavy cavalry, no heavy chariot archers, no armory upgrades. Oh, he's got some armory upgrades now in the Pierce armor, but very, very low on that. Now he's finally starting to get the heavy chariots in. He's getting himself copper mail, sun-dried mud brick. He's got so many resources to spend now to just get everything out that he needs. But he's about to be in for a little bit of a challenging position here moving forward. As we do see the Mythic Age has hit for Punkstar. Gets his armory started there with that Forge of Olympus. I mean, he can take these fights at the moment, but I mean, fortified town centers coming through. Probably should wait for full population as those cavalry just absolutely tear through the small amounts of hippocons there. Cavalry technically have a bonus versus cavalry, but in reality, they're not really a counter unit, so you can win those fights. But while this is going on, Punkstar decides to go after this position. There is a mummy here that Kvoth has already targeted onto that Colossus, and he does manage to take that one out. The Chiron targeting down the mummy for the time being there, though, as the villagers getting pushed off of this gold mine up here. Kvoth is getting some good damage started in this game here as well. We'll see if he's going to be able to continue it. His army is technically out of position, so to speak, fighting underneath the fortress here with those Heliopoli coming in. We do have copper weapons, mail shields now coming in. Champion chariots coming in as well. Bronze mail weapons, architects, medium spearmen coming through here as well. All the walls are up down the bottom here for Punkstar, but so too are the walls up for Kvoth, as both players are going to be heading to that late game very, very quickly. Divine Blood also clicked up here for Punkstar, the Aphrodite unique tech, to give himself some bonuses in the economy and building speed as well as movement speed for the villagers there. As we see some more watchtowers coming through here as well. Catapult going to be taking out the archery range. We'll see if Punkstar can hold here as he's just about to get himself full bronze. But Kvoth is also going to be full bronze as well. So Punkstar also needs to get himself those iron upgrades here to find that advantage. As the Prodromus coming through, they do manage to take down the cavalry. Prodromus going to take out those chariot archers as well here. Well, Son of Osiris caught out here as the cavalry managed to get through for Punkstar. What is Kvoth doing? He's not paying attention over here. The Toxotes are also taking this Son of Osiris out. He can make a run for the siege tower, but he gets into the Migdol stronghold there, down to 26 HP. Great play there from Punkstar. He's also got the Toxotes over there to get a little bit more damage, down to 17 HP, as he's going to be pulling that one back. Not going to be useful in the fight anymore. You can kind of keep it alive for just in case on a market or something. If like a Colossus comes through, it can help take that out with some help there. But it's still, I mean, keeping it alive is not the most important of things here. Punkstar struggling to keep himself at population though with these fights here. He's getting those Heliopoli out, which are doing wonders for him here. But here's the thing. Kvoth has got himself the camel caravans. He's got himself all the upgrades coming in that he needs. He's also nearly full iron himself here as well. So no advantage for this Hephaestus is going to be coming in here for Punkstar. In fact, Punkstar hasn't even bought those iron upgrades anyways as he starts the iron weapons. Kvoth is also going to be getting himself those spearman upgrades to deal with those Heliopoli, but that does kind of help Punkstar out a little bit, seeing those spearmen coming through. In reality, I actually feel like the better comp right now would be just Siege Tower Chariot Archer here. without even going into any of those spearmen. Why? Because those heavy prodromus get picked off really quickly by the chariot archers. The siege towers can tank the toxotes and the heliopoli. Probably the better option. We also see Sarissa coming through for Punkstar. Looks like he's going to be attempting to tech switch into hoplites here at the moment. Sarissa going to be that Athena unique upgrade to boost the hack armor of hoplites. As Punkstar going to be pushing forward here a little bit. We do see the raids going to be coming through, hitting the gold mines. As Punkstar hasn't really got the double walls up that Kvoth has. I mean, also hasn't even tried to push through the walls just yet. Kind of just trying to fight where Kvoth is strongest. As Kvoth does see those villagers over here. He's very good. He's going to be very happy to push up there and take those villagers out. At these points, though, if you're playing in these late game positions and you ever get raided, the first reaction to the raid, or sorry, the second reaction to the raid is to just start villagers in your town centers. Just start them up. First reaction is to run away, right? Everything afterwards, that's going to be sorted out. Do we see that's the case here? No. Oh, yes it is. There we go. Punkstar just going to rebuild those villages. It doesn't matter losing those villages all too much, especially if you're at full population as well. An interesting decision just to let them die. Probably could have just run them up and around, but nonetheless. More watchtowers coming up here for Kvoth as he's slowly pushing himself further and further in front. But, I mean, like I said, as it gets closer, as long as you can keep those villager numbers up here for the Hades, it doesn't really matter if you're behind in score at the moment because you've got all your upgrades, you've got yourself a trade route, you've got yourself your economy. It doesn't matter if your kill loss is falling behind, which is kind of what the score is all about. I love this raid now onto these donkey caravans, though. That's going to be really, really painful here for Punkstar. But the fortified town centers and the watchtowers are doing some good damage here against the champion chariot, so no real worries there. Maybe building another couple of markets wouldn't go astray here for Punkstar either, as he does break through the center of the map here as well. As the Heliopoli rolling in here for Kvoth. We do have those siege towers now out or starting for Kvoth as well. He's building catapults, maybe less necessary. You could definitely use the siege tower to take out those Look at the damage it does to the siege, to this Heliopoli. Bam! It does so much damage. Siege towers are so good against Heliopoli. You just can't build Heliopoli against these siege towers in the slightest here. I mean, Heliopoli Colossus is good here, though, to deal with the siege towers. Take out those siege towers quite quickly with those Colossus. But keeping the Migdol Stronghold alive. Nice play here for Mr. Kvoth at the moment. Chariot archers getting taken out by those sentinels and by the town center. Yes, more villagers are falling here for Punkstar, but he's still sitting at a fairly solid 150 population here. As we also see some side builds coming in. Does he have Burning Pitch? Yes, he does. Breaking down this stone gate on the right side of the map there. Mr. Kvoth is going to have to start working this out, but because he's got the economic advantage, he's able to get himself Secrets of the Titans first here, which might be enough to turn the tides in this game, especially if he continues getting these raids in. As now he's just running the champion chariot around. As the villagers still shanking, trying to make that happen there. As we do have a Petropolis now sitting on the high ground, sieging down those barracks there as the wall does get taken out. Now, here's the secret to the late game that I don't think I've seen anyone doing yet. Shifting sands over here. We'll talk about that a little bit later as this gold mine going to get pushed off. This is going to hurt Punkstar in a big way. We also see the Titan Gate over there. This Gastrofeed could sneak over and potentially take this Titan Gate out, though. All the villagers falling over here. The secret here is wall through this position. All right, GG. Punkstar has to give up here. If you build a wall, I can't show you, but if you build a wall vertically through this position, a long wall vertically through this here, now your opponent can't just re-wall it immediately. This is the secret to Age of Mythology success in the late game. You've got to start implementing the vertical wall. You can even gate it so you can get through yourself. It means that for your opponent to wall this off, they now have to go wall back, wall across, and wall in, and it takes them much, much longer to get that up, rather than this villager just coming over and just fixing up the problem that you've caused for him. So Got to get that in there. But, I mean, in the end here, I think Punkstar just kind of fell a little bit too far behind, economically speaking. Didn't react to the raids, was just kind of trying to push through the center of the map, which in all honesty, that's what Egyptian players want you to do. They don't want you to be spreading your army out into the corners of the map. They don't want you to be doing anything of those sorts. They want you to be in the center. And Punkstar kind of played into the advantage of Egyptian here. And Kvoth just too strong. Got enough raids in. Got himself further enough in front. Titan gate up. And getting pushed off all those gold mines with only 47 villages remaining. Punkstar did not want to continue here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.